Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be showing how to set up a Proxmox cluster that I'm also doing in my home lab today. You can start by navigating to the IP address of your first node. We will use this node to start our cluster integration. You can start by signing in with the username, root and your password. From the data center menu, go to cluster and start by creating a cluster. Give it a name that's useful for you and click create. In the meantime, you can go to your second node that you will be going to use for your cluster. In my example, I will be using a 3-node cluster. This time, instead of creating cluster, click join cluster. In the first node, you will see that the join information option is available now. You can click this to copy the information over. You can paste it in, and you will see that it will now ask for a password. This is your password for your first node that will be joining. You can select the link of your cluster network. This is if you will only have one interface. This is not mandatory, but it is recommended. Do the same for your third node of your cluster. Also go to the IP address, sign in with the user information. Go to cluster and join cluster. Copy over the join information. Enter the root password of your first node, again your first node, and click join. The connection will be lost, so you have to refresh for your second, third node, but if you can see them in your first node, then it's okay. Now that we have joined our nodes to the cluster, we will go to Ceph. And Ceph will help us to consolidate our storage between our nodes. Just select no subscription, select next. And when it prompts for confirmation, you can press Y to confirm. So like I said, we will do this on our 3 nodes, and Ceph will be used for our storage consolidation. So every node has an extra disk inside that will be used for our data and for our virtualization machines. By installing Ceph, our nodes will consolidate storage between 3 nodes, and over the network, one big storage RAID, you can call it, will be created. So when we go to our third node, we will also install Ceph. And from the first node, we can start our configuration. We will create a monitor that will monitor our storage health. Select next. For the second and third node, this will not be needed to configure. I'm a little bit too fast for our second node, but normally there should be a message that says configuration is already done, so we can just close this. And we go to our third node, we press next, and you will see the configuration is already initialized, so it's already okay. what we will do next is go back to our, for example, second node. Doesn't really matter. We'll go to Ceph, go to monitor, and we'll add our second and third node also to be a monitor. So if in case our first node is down for, let's say, maintenance or schedule reboot, the other ones can take over. Now we'll go to OSD, from Ceph OSD from our first node, and we create our disk drive. So this is our extra data disk that's inside our nodes. We'll just add it from our first, second and third node. You don't have to do it through the interface of every node. So like you can see, now we'll go to our second node through the web interface of our first node, because they are now joined inside the cluster. All the extra nodes, physical nodes, are now available in one pane. So we can create our OSD drives from here. Now that the OSD drives are added, we can create a storage pool. So we go back to Ceph, to pools, and we can create one big disk over our 3 nodes. It's one RAID array across the network. Now to demonstrate the storage, we will create a temporary virtualization. Give it a name, press next. Don't have any ISOs available right now, so we just select do not use any media. Go next. You can select, for example, Windows 10. For the Windows 10, they recommend to select a QEMU agent. Also, to select an SCSI disk, for example 46 gig. For our pool, we select our newly created storage. We select write back and discard for also the best disk performance. For example, give it 2 cores, 4 gigs of memory. And for our network, we'll select per-virtualized virtual for also the best performance. Now we can select finish to demonstrate that you can also create templates, and just give the VM a minute to initialize. Now we can create a template from this virtual machine, and instead of going through the steps all over again all the time to create a new virtual machine, you can just create a template. And when it's done, you will see that the icon of the machine changes to indicate that it's a template. We can clone this as a linked clone. So in this example, we'll create a full clone. Full clone is not has nothing to do with its parent template. So you can do it what you want. You can also migrate it. You will see in this example I will try to migrate our template. So you will see in just a second that it will abort, because you cannot migrate your template. And now we'll try to migrate our virtual machine. And you will see that you can migrate it to a node 2 or 3. So in this example, we will choose node 2. And because the storage is shared, it's almost instantly that you will migrate. Now do it again to node 3, for example. And there you go. That's how you create a cluster in Proxmox. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's new style. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.